The recently unveiled Lenovo K6 Power tries to further strengthen the company's portfolio in the sub-Rs. 10,000 price segment. The company already offered a slew of models in this segment, including the Lenovo Vibe K5, Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus, and the now-dated Lenovo Vibe K4 Note. The new Lenovo K6 Power features an all-metal body and comes with a fingerprint scanner. One of its highlights is a large 4000 mAh battery which also supports reverse charging, which means it can charge other devices connected to it. Lenovo K6 Power design and build. At first glance, the metal-bodied Lenovo K6 Power looks strikingly similar to the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. The two are more similar when seen from the front than from the back, as the rear has some differences in terms of the camera placement and antenna bands. The camera is placed in the middle alongside an LED flash and the fingerprint scanner, similar to the arrangement on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. Lenovo K6 Power specifications and features. The Lenovo K6 Power is powered by the same Qualcomm Snapdragon 430 processor that we've seen in the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. This octa-core SoC is clocked at 1.4 GHz and is coupled with 3 GB of RAM. The phone has 32 GB of inbuilt storage and supports expansion using a microSD card, up to 128 GB. Dual nano SIMs are supported, but unfortunately, the K6 Power uses a hybrid SIM slot, which means users have to choose either 2 SIMs or 1 SIM with a microSD card. Connectivity options include 4G with VoLTE, Wi-Fi 802.11b/G/N, Bluetooth 4.2, FM radio, micro USB, and GPS, AGPS. The Lenovo K6 Power runs on Android 6.0 Marshmallow with Lenovo's Vibe Pure UI on top. The company has been reducing the bloatware on its smartphones, and the UI on the K6 Power definitely felt smooth. There are 2 default home screens with app icons scattered across them. It's worth mentioning that there is no default gallery app on the K6 Power, which might be slightly confusing for new users. Google Photos is pre-installed but not set as the default photo handler. Lenovo, however, provides access to all kinds of files through a File Manager app. The drop-down shade offers quick settings along with notifications. The preloaded Theme Center app offers several customization options for wallpapers, icons, lock screen settings, and more. 2 of our favorite software features on the Lenovo K6 Power are the app lock functionality, which allows users to lock any app with the fingerprint, and the dual apps mode that allows apps to be used with 2 different accounts on the same phone. We tested the feature and it worked as described. The second instance of the app is marked with blue SIM tag. The K6 Power's Settings app has a section called Feature, which includes various quirky customizations from the company. Quick Snap lets users take an image by double-pressing a volume button. Knock to Light weights the phone with double tape on the screen while it is off. Y-Touch offers one-touch shortcut access through a floating button. Fingerprint Snap lets the fingerprint sensor act as an alternative shutter button. And Quick Flashlight lets you toggle the flashlight by long pressing the home button. Lenovo has also incorporated a VR mode with its switch hidden inside the feature settings page. We found several third-party apps preloaded on the K6 Power, including Evernote, Flipkart, McAfee Security, Skype, Shariat, Truecaller, SingSit, and UC Browser. Lenovo K6 Power Performance. The Lenovo K6 Power was able to handle most everyday jobs and we had no complaints with the octa-core processor. Even visually demanding games like Need for Speed, No Limits worked smoothly. Multitasking on the K6 Power was fine, and apps launched quickly. While using the device, we noticed that there was over 1 GB of memory free at any time, and we experienced no lags in terms of system performance during the review period. There was no problem with overheating either. The Lenovo K6 Power, despite being powered by the same Snapdragon 430 processor as the Redmi 3S Prime, returned much lower scores than its competitor in several benchmarks. It managed 27,372 on AnTuTu, 19,718 overall in Quadrant, 5,603 in Trademark Ice Storm Extreme, and 15 FPS in Geekbench's T-Rex test. In contrast, the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime managed 40,250 in AnTuTu, 21,253 overall in Quadrant, 5,714 in Trademark Ice Storm Extreme, and 24 FPS in Geekbench's T-Rex test. The Lenovo K6 Power sports a 13-megapixel rear camera with a Sony IMX258 sensor, PTAF, phase detection, autofocus, and an LED flash, plus an 8-megapixel front camera with a Sony IMX219 sensor and a wide-angle lens. The K6 Power's rear camera can lock focus quickly thanks to the PTAF. The camera took some decent close-up shots that exhibited good color accuracy, though on zooming in we found noise towards the corners. There is support for 4G with VoLTE, and call quality was impressive. The K6 Power was able to latch onto mobile networks in areas with poor connectivity quite well. The non-removable 4000 mAh battery on the K6 Power managed to last for 14 hours and 30 minutes in our video loop test, which is not bad for a battery of this size. The Redmi 3S Prime with the slightly larger 4100 mAh battery managed 14 hours and 50 minutes under the same conditions, but it's worth noting that the K6 Power sports a full HD screen while the Redmi 3S Prime has a lower resolution that is less power-hungry HD screen.